Hey there, folks. Jason again, and it's been a little while since I've done a kind of a ramble or an update, other than kind of tracking my army progress. But a couple things happened this week that I really wanted to highlight, and I think they showed why I value participating so much in the wargaming community. And I wanted to take this opportunity to thank a couple of folks for their shout-outs. I think this is something that General Splatten started. And to be honest, initially I didn't take notice of it, but I saw that it was going on. And maybe it's because I've always kind of considered myself to be a small channel or new to the historical wargaming group. But I was actually called out or shouted out by two different channels this week, and it was really I really appreciated that. And so I want to take the opportunity to thank the people that did that, and then also to kind of pay it forward and highlight a couple of channels that I happen to really like. Some are well established, and other ones are just getting started, kind of where I was a year ago or something, and wanted to maybe shoot some attention their direction. I do want to say up front, there's plenty of channels out there that I like. I try to be active on many of them. I want to focus more on the ones that are just getting started. So please don't take it the wrong way or take it personally if I don't highlight you. Not necessarily that my opinion means a lot. You're all great channels. I appreciate all of the effort you put into it, because this isn't our full-time job, but we have we have real lives out there that involve doing something more with little toy soldiers. But first, I want to start off by thanking the folks that gave me a shout-out, and I did see quite a substantial increase in my subscriber count, which is always good, and talk a little bit about why I like those channels. So first off was Vonketteringham, and he's been a channel I've watched for a little while, and he gave me a shout out in one of his latest videos. But he has been one I've been watching for a long time. One, because he's really active in historicals, and that's something as you've seen, I've delved into just in the past couple of months. And number two, his painting is spectacular. It's great. It looks great on video. A lot of painters, including myself, I think we probably end up looking better in person than we do on camera. He looks great on camera, and I'm sure it looks even better in person. So, great guy, active in the community for a long time, and great series of modeling projects, kind of running the gamut of historical. So I like going back and looking at some of his older stuff, particularly his Hail Caesar things, but also some of the Normans he's been working on lately in the Vikings. So great channel. Seems like a great guy. If you're not subscribed to him and you want to see some great miniatures, steady progress, very inspirational, I would give his channel a watch and a subscription if you haven't already. But I'm sure you have. The second one, did I do these out of order? No, I didn't. Justin, sorry, I'm looking. I had typed something in the search engine for the next one of the people I'm going to shout out later. Threw me off. So Justin, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Borges. Sorry, Justin, if I botched your last name. He's another one of those channels that's super prolific and very inspirational. One of the things I like about Justin's channels, and he also called me out, so thank you very much for that. But one of the things that I really liked about his channel is he has a wide variety of things that he does. If you take just a quick look at the screenshot of his channel, of his videos here, I like that he did Muskets and Tomahawks British, and then he's also doing Grey Knights and other things out there. And he's super active in the community, and he's really supportive of others, which is always good, especially when you're delving into kind of a new genre or a new wargaming system. And he's another one of the guys I just like to go through and watch, because he updates often and he moves between systems, which is something I can very much empathize with, because I kind of do the same thing. That might be changing a little bit. I'm going to try something new. in terms of how I do my modeling, and a lot of that is kind of I watch what other people do, including channels like Justin's, and see how they deal with some of the same issues. And also, he's a great painter. I haven't looked at all of his videos, but I'd strongly encourage you to look at some of his particularly historical stuff. They are outstanding models. So I'm going to put links for all of these YouTube producers in the liner notes or whatever they're called. And please also give Justin a look. So these were the two fine gentlemen that gave me a shout out. And so now I'm gonna pass on a couple of channels that I really happen to like to watch. Some of which I've only found recently, and some I've been watching for a long time. So without further ado, Daniel Sprinkle, and his is a channel that I just kind of stumbled on, and I think I picked him up as a subscriber when one of the other two gents gave me a shout out. And I always like to take a look, and I like being subscribed to by anybody, but particularly by ones that have their own channels. And normally what I'll try to do, I've had just such a flood of subscribers lately that I haven't had a chance to go through all of them. But Daniel's really caught my eye because he's doing Hail Caesar. He's not doing the same thing I'm doing. I'm doing Romans. He is doing, I believe it's Macedonians. But the fact, I don't know him personally, of course, but he and I seem to have a lot in common. We both like historicals, and we're both struggling, I think, or both, not struggling necessarily may not be the best word. We're both dealing with real life. So he has kids, I have kids. You make time whenever possible with the hobbying. Sometimes you're kind of in it kind of hard for a long time, and other times life gets in the way, which in the case of him is grad school. For me, it's, work or, whatever else my wife tells me I should be doing. So, any event, he's a relatively small channel. I think he's right around 50 subscribers right now, and I think he deserves a lot more. So, definitely give him a look. I appreciate his videos, especially the longer ones, when he gives more of an update on what he's up to. And I definitely like the Hail Caesar focus. There's not a lot of that out there on YouTube. There's not as many producers. There's plenty of other historical genres that get a lot more attention. Never mind Warhammer Fantasy or 40K or whatever. Hail Caesar, it's actually a little tough to find people that do Hail Caesar productions. I know I look for it myself. Daniel's one of the ones that does it, and so if you're interested in that and you want to keep up with his great-looking pike phalanxes, which suddenly make me want to go do a Macedonian or a follow-on Alexander successor force, he's definitely worth taking a look. So give a look at Daniel's channel. Next up after that is Smitty M14, and I don't know what his real name is. I might have missed it, so I apologize for that. But Smitty's also, I watch his channel, one, because he does bolt action, and I happen to like bolt action a lot. But one of the things that really kind of, I've watched and commented on his videos, but he recently just posted a video intro. And yes, I've watched his videos. He doesn't have that many yet. He's another one of those growing channels. But I really like the attitude that he had in his intro, which is, kind of go easy on each other. We're all in this together. This is supposed to be a community that's kind of supportive, and it's a place where you can show what you're doing and get ideas and encouragement and inspiration from others. And it's not a place to kind of tear each other down. And I think in general, the wargaming community doesn't do that, particularly for the folks that don't play the kind of the key systems. Like if you might see a lot more of that in Warhammer Fantasy or 40K. My sense is it happens a lot less for the historicals, which seems to be what his primary focus is. He's also developing his own game, which I'm interested in, and I hope he posts more on that. But I really like the attitude, kind of the be good to each other attitude. So I think he's a solo wargamer primarily because I think of where he lives. And I can also empathize with that. Not that I don't have wargamers around me, but moving to a new area, it's tough to find a group. So you kind of do a lot of things kind of on your own, which is mostly hobbying. I haven't tried the solo wargaming as much. But I look forward to seeing how he develops as a wargamer and some of his projects and his, I guess, travels through maybe even developing his own wargame. So again, somebody else I strongly encourage you to take a look at. And again, I apologize if I have completely botched your name. But anyways, all these channel links will be in the liner notes. And lastly, Mini Warzone. You might have seen this, and it seems to be in the search bar at the top every time I did a screen capture. Anyways, I really have. I've been watching Pete's channel for a couple weeks, month maybe now, and there's kind of a host of reasons why I really like his channel. And not just for the types of things that he does, but for the enthusiasm he brings into the hobby. So Pete, like I've said, I've kind of empathized with bits and pieces of the channels I'm highlighting here. What I like about Pete is his attitude and that he's dabbling in a lot of different things at once. And frankly, I don't know how he has the time or the energy to do it. My attention span or ability to bounce between different things and kind of remember where I am is very limited. And Pete seems to have a great affinity or propensity for dabbling in a lot of different things. And so my hat is off to you, Pete. He's got a great attitude. He's open to the community stuff. He's very supportive of what others are doing. And all of those things I really appreciate. He's also getting involved in gaming systems that I'm really interested in, particularly bolt action. He also does 40K and Ronin and Zombicide. I think he might be delving into Black Powder, which I don't really have much experience with. But he takes the time to respond to comments. He promotes other people's channels. He shows a lot of interest in the hobby writ large. So he does a lot of things, a lot of small videos on best ways to use super glue or things like that. And he does longer ones where he's got the, you can see on the top there, Chill with Pete, the P&Q. A lot of the other rambles that I really appreciate that I wish I had more time to do myself, but haven't managed to. But he's another channel, and he's actually growing pretty quickly. But still a relatively, I guess, young channel. He might actually have around the same number of subscribers or more than I do. But he puts a lot of effort into his videos, very prolific. And so definitely definitely worth your time to give him a look. So just in sum, I want to thank Vonketteringham and Justin for giving me the shout-outs. It's much appreciated. Not just because my subscriber count went up by like 30, which is great for me. That's like 20% increase, which is pretty awesome. Thank you very much. But also to know that other people appreciate what we're doing, what I'm doing. And so I want to make sure I let them know that I appreciate what they're doing. And then also a lot of other channels out there, which I've just taken a selection of. And so please give Justin Vonketteringham a look. If you haven't subscribed to them already, strongly consider doing so. And then also the other channels that I highlighted as well. Again, the links are on the liner notes. And give them a look because I think they all have great content in their own ways. So hope you guys had a great weekend. This is going to go out Sunday night. Hope you have a great week. And I hope you're getting some wargaming or painting in. And take care of yourselves.